Girl, I like your confidence. Oh, that's what could call me. It's okay, like Kalani's. Roger like Kalani's. Okay, here at the parties. Right here at the parties. You better start a whole fire, you know I'm on fire, I need someone, I need Tyler, I need Ramona, Rebecca, Serena, Selena. Let's start a whole choir, I like the way that you get you on back. You don't need no one, help you inspire. But I'ma add to you, I'ma give you some best, I'ma add to you.
Welcome back to Real Facts, and you already know it's your favorite host, Shania Blanco. Now, previously, I was talking to y'all about being on my way, and that just doesn't apply to me, but that applies to anybody in this universe that's going through that right now. That you feel like you're on your way somewhere. So, now I want to say some things about, now that you have broken all connections with the past, what's next? What are you gonna do now? Okay. So let's get into this. So now that you have broken all connections with the past, you get to live a happy and positive life. This is the time to strengthen your boundaries and enhance your overall well-being. You don't owe anything to nobody, not even an explanation. Just by you saying, I don't like this, it's not working for me, is enough. People are actually walking around here like you owe them something. Like, seriously, they are very disappointed. What is up with people? Like, they feel like, you gotta tell them every move that you make. Explain every move that you make to a person. Not really, not if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are looking for clarity. Being hurt leads to being healed. Loneliness moves us to intimacy and sometimes to the wrong person. Anger can turn into revenge and hunger for life. Taking risks opens up, to dangerous situations, and it will teach us more wisdom. Every you taking risks, going through different storms throughout life can actually teach you something. You will learn something if you make it through. Going through different storms in life will humble you. Walking away from a title, a reputation, a lifestyle, a relationship you had for years, that didn't serve you is a big step. Some people are so tied to their reputation or their whatever situation they were once in. So that's why it'd be so hard for people to walk away from certain things, because that's what they're used to. But if you want different, you're gonna move different, and I think everybody can agree with me on that. And it's worth it. People have to learn to let go, and that's why it's a continued cycle. Repeating the same lesson because you can't seem to let go of the past. That's a big that's a big issue for you, or for anybody that's going through that particular situation. I see this kind of stuff every day, and it's funny and sad at the same time, because people like this are so predictable. And being predictable isn't a bad thing. Understanding your own patterns of behaviors and typical dispositions is amazing. Actually, it's very great. Now, predictable people are more successful in life than an unpredictable person. And that's why you hear people say, I knew you would do that to me. But the person that was unpredictable allowed it to happen instead of listening to that inner voice warning you of destruction. It's complicated, but not really. But anyway, you guys will get it later. Contrary to what you may think, others are generally better at predicting your own behavior than you are yourself. That's crazy, but it's true. Some people can predict you. Some people can predict another person better than they can predict themselves. Like, they don't even know how they would react to a certain situation, but they can always tell you how somebody else would react to something, or, a similar situation. But, yeah. So, having a routine can be so boring. But being organized can be the best thing that ever happened to you. But change is always good. Breaking old habits, leaving things behind that no longer serve you, was very unpredictable to people that thought you would stay in the same place forever. So I guess predictable and unpredictable go hand in hand, right? In a way, in a way. So I'm so glad that I don't look like what I've been through, me personally. And I know many of you can relate, to that statement. The old me is dead and gone. I think I like my new story better. Every now and then you get people that try to take you back, but you have to stay away from people like that. Stay away from people that want to take you back to that particular way of thinking and way of living. That's not your people. If they're trying to drag you back to where to hell, or from a dark, if it was hell. So excuse me, if it was hell, or if it was a dark place and you managed to get out of that dark place, but you got somebody trying to pull you back in, and get you out of character, get you out of psych you out of your goals, trick you out of your steps to making yourself successful. Get away from that. And I'm pretty sure most of you already know that, but for those of you that don't, definitely listen to your inner voice. Stay away from people like that and places like that remind you of certain situations. Just stay away. You have to cut off all connections, change your number and your address. Sometimes the company you keep means the environment too. Sometimes the big move be the best move. Like seriously, sometimes you just have to take that chance and get the heck out of wherever you are uncomfortable at. Like there was somebody I had saw earlier. I was reading their story or whatever, and this guy had said he had left. He didn't do good until he left his hometown, until he left his state, which was Houston, and he moved to Atlanta. And when he moved to Atlanta, that's when he started, really elevating. Sometimes, your own neighborhood can keep you from going wherever, you're destined to go. Sometimes you just gotta, move around. Like, no, for real. Sometimes it's best to just move around. And sometimes it's just you against the world. Sometimes it's just going to be you. It just be like that. Because those people or places are not tied to your destiny. That's why. Sometimes you got to do things alone. And you ever heard that saying, if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. You don't ever do anything, with somebody that's not going to get it done the way you want it done. That's just, I don't know, it just mess up your plans. But anyway, that I feel like that's going off into a whole nother situation. So I'm back up off that. But what I'm trying to get to you is that sometimes you're going to stand alone. And it's okay to stand alone, because you're not really standing alone, because, you got God by your side. If you're one of those people that have a relationship with God, that is only, so, I don't know, meditate on that. There's a saying in the scriptures, if they was for us, no doubt they would have continued with us, or if they was with us, or if they were of us, I think it says, no doubt they would have continued with us. So you have to learn how to let people go and let people and places go that no longer serve you. If God makes you uncomfortable in a place or a situation, that's because he's trying to take you somewhere. And it makes me think about the last episode I just created, about I'm on my way. And I truly am. So, so when God makes you uncomfortable in a place or in a situation, that's because he's trying to take you somewhere. People have lied so much that it be hard to trust a real person when they come around, because it's so wicked out here. I mean, a person will smile in your face like they're happy to see you, but turn around and backdoor you the next day. Sometimes it's not even the next day. Sometimes it's within that same hour. But a person that knows better does better. Make some adjustments in your life and see how far you're going to go in life after you do that. After you, adjust your environment, the company you keep, once you learn yourself for real, you'll see how far you'll go in life. So don't be afraid to make some adjustments. Now, I'm not saying adjust the truth, but I'm just saying make a few adjustments if you need to get out of whatever that same repeating cycle that you've been going through over and over and over again. Like, for real, cut it out. All right, so and if you're lonely, and thinking about getting into a relationship with somebody, don't rush it. Anything that happens too fast isn't going to last long. Trust me. Anything that happens too fast will not last long. You're wasting your time. You're wasting it. And then I'm not going to even just say that it's a waste of time, because everything happens for a reason. Either it be a lesson, or, it's either going to be a lesson, or you just, I don't know. I guess it was just something that you had to go through. It was just something. Sometimes things are just meant for you to go through, just to learn from certain things. Some people don't learn, and that's why they repeat the same cycle over and over again. But anyway, don't listen to people when they say the grass isn't greener on the other side, because that's a lie. The grass is definitely greener on the other side with some roses over there, okay? Roses and everything else is over there. Don't listen to those people. The grass is definitely greener on the other side. All right, so now that, you have broken all connections with the past, this is just the beginning for you. I think you'll like your new story better. I really do. For those of you that just walked out of some things in your life, and now you're thinking about, okay, so I did that, and I got over that. I jumped over that hurdle. Now, what's next? Well, now what's next is you're gonna live your life and be happy, and stay positive, and stay away from all negativity. Stay more prayed up. Get more closer. Build your relationship up with God, with your Creator. That's what you're going to do. Well, that's what you need to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I'm going to tell you that life is going to be so beautiful for you. Because, you ever heard that saying that your former days, your latter days will be greater than your former days? Yeah, like, and I'm sorry, I'm speaking in parables, and scripture wise, but what it means is that your future is gonna be better than your past, than your beginning, than your first beginning. Your new beginning is gonna be way better than the first part of your life, if that makes sense. And I am all ears and all. I'm excited. I'm in the spiritual realm, standing with open arms, ready to receive whatever it is that God got for me, like literally. But yeah, so that's my message. Now that you have broken all connections with the past, meaning you changed your phone number, or you cut off all those people, those negative naysayers. You turned off, bad habits. You set some strong boundaries, and you're actually loving yourself how you supposed to been loving yourself for real, now, it's time to live. Because obviously you haven't been living. You've been surviving. If you just walked out of some mess. And don't let nobody fool you. If people say that they have never been through some crazy stuff in their life, it may not have been the same situation you've been in, but they definitely been in some craziness. They just don't want to share their story. They probably just don't want nobody to know. And that's fine. People don't have to tell other people what they've been through or their personal matters that happen in their life. That's cool. But sometimes it's good to tell your story because, sometimes it may be somebody that's out here that's going through the same situation or been through the same thing and they don't know where to go from here. I don't know. But I just thought that I'd get on here and share a little brief summary about that. Break up with the past. Like, bury it and think of it no more. Move on. Okay? Because a lot of people are stuck in this in the same situation in the spiritual realm. They can't get things out of their head. And they can't move on because they keep doubling back. And you already know when you keep doubling back, that means you running back and forth. That means you actually standing still. You think you moving around, but you're not. You just going back and forth like you playing dodgeball or something like that. I don't know. I just use that as an example. But anyway, yeah. So break all connections and mean it. Break it, leave it alone. Don't ever pick it up again. And that's the message. Anyway, it's been real. I'm going to catch you guys next week, Wednesday at 11 o'clock p.m. Central Time, my time. And y'all stay blessed, stay safe out there. And you was just vibing with your favorite host, Shania Blanco.